going. R.I.P. to a legend. I don't know if this is going to change anything. R.I.P. to a legend. Good old updates. Let's see if that updates it. We'll find out. Not sure, but it might say last wellness summit ever. But that was long. That's long gone. Hey, hope you're all well wherever you are. Sending you all a lot of love. Given that there's a lot happening in the world at the moment, that is for sure. I'll just make sure that you can hear me okay. Audio input. Let's go. Make sure she's turned on. I think that might be. Is that a bit better? Put this up a bit higher. Why don't we just do that? Hey, 1 2 1 2. There we go. There we go. Good morning. Good morning to you, Helen. Yeah, look, there's a lot happening in the world at the moment, and I haven't done a live for a while. So I can tell, and I mean, I felt it a bit last few days as well, just feeling, in the words of a friend this morning, just somewhat defeated. But that feeling is temporary. There's a lot to consider when we get a bit heavy and flat, and I do want to remind all of us, myself included, as I do this a lot, as the garbage is collected. No doubt you can hear that in the background, loud and clear in Ireland. Good on you, Anna, darling. Good morning to you, sending you so much love. That if you are feeling flat, heavy, defeated, misunderstood, judged, and all the rest of it, I can't recommend enough just doing what you can to get significant contrast in your life. So just a couple of examples from my own life in the last 24 hours. I spoke to a friend who's 10 years younger than I am. She's having surgery on both knees or legs to help correct an issue that she's been dealing with since childhood. And she has many children, not like hundreds, but she has multiple children. And she's going to be off legs for a long period of time, and that's going to have an impact on, marriage, family dynamics, who does what, how, and all the rest of it. Just in hearing that story just made me incredibly grateful for, 2 arms, 2 legs, being able to move easily and freely and all the rest of it. Other times it might be, again, I do this a lot, but get some memories, get some stories from war survivors, and the life that they lived, and whether it was rations of some kind, or whether they were soldiers, or whether they were nurses, or whether they were caught up in wars. A lot of people, I think, very erroneously and on a level of ignorance, compare these times to the Holocaust and war, and I can't buy that. I don't enjoy that analogy at all. Whether it's attempted to be some form of metaphor, it doesn't roll with me. Again, just watch a movie. Go and watch Schindler's List. But other people will tell me that it's a different type of death they're trying to instill, and the rest. But anyway, I just think, speak to me. If you've got grandparents that went through wars or anything else, go and just expose yourself to some contrast. And then if you speak to anyone that's grieving or grieving for a family member that's about to die, have a chat to them, and you'll see that, what's going on in your life at the moment. It's okay. It really is okay. And you will be okay. And this too shall pass. Never have Kim Morrison, who uses this phrase a lot, this too shall pass. It will pass. Whether you have the tenacity to believe that or not is the big thing. That is the challenge that all of us have. That's really what faith is actually believing in such statements when you're in the thick of it. And you are allowed to have some fetal position moments. Absolutely you are. Like, I've had a couple of things happen in the last couple of days, or I've experienced a couple of things in the last couple of days, and I was flat as a tack, man. I was flat. Even Sarah said, "Are you okay, babe?" I was like, "No." So anything I can do? I was like, "No." Just be there and be just be there, because if you can observe in your life that there is a wave and you're a little boat on that wave, and that the boat will stay afloat, even if it's wavy and stormy and crazy and unflinching and uncertain and all of the rest of it. I have no doubt that you will come out the end of this stronger and more resilient. So that requires a level of belief, but you must hold on to it. Harder to hold on to it when there's a full moon, but sometimes not, because you go, look, it's just the moon. It's the powerful full moon, baby. So that's that. Just had to get that off my chest to just say that I'm with you, and I share your challenges and pain and heartache and frustrations at the minute. But please remember that in the future, we will be talking about this as a past event. So just want to do an RIP to a legend. I knew that it was going to happen, probably not so swiftly, but having just written a book about people that have lived an exceptional life and featuring 64 people that are living or have lived an exceptional life, it's only natural that at some point, some people that were alive at the time of print are going to die. And Dexter Kruger, Australia's oldest man, up until his death on Tuesday, was one of those legends, was one of those exceptionals who was interviewed a number of times on 100 Not Out. If you haven't listened to those interviews, just Google Dexter Kruger, 100 Not Out, and you can listen to Damien and I. Listen to Dexter share his poems. He started writing when his wife died. He felt like he needed something to do. And it's a very big clue to longevity, is finding purpose when the inevitable happens, and that is when you bury a family member. And let's be brutal, when you bury an intimate partner, it's sad to even consider. But Dexter Kruger found purpose in his life when his wife died. He started writing. A lady, Patty Jones, who I feature in the book, she rekindled her love affair with dancing when her husband died. Her and her husband David went to retire on the Spanish islands. He died within about 12 months of them moving there, and she took up dancing and ended up, she won Britain's Got Talent, but she became like the oldest salsa acrobatica dancer on the planet. Who else? There's another one that I bring up regularly. Charles Eugster, retired dentist. He had a weekly dental newsletter, which he stopped doing when he was 82. His wife had died. He thought he would die when he was 85. He waited to die and he didn't. And then he found purpose in fitness. And he gave an incredible TED Talk. He wrote a book which was published just before his death called Age is Just a Number. Again, we interviewed Charles multiple times on 100 Not Out before he died at the age of 97. But I really just want you to own that, purpose is the number one ingredient for longevity. I could use many other words. I could use find your inspiration. I could do find what brings you joy. I could say, learn more to earn more, as in learn what you love to learn, and then go and turn that into a business, particularly if you are in income generating years. There are a number of ways to live your life purpose. Some of you need to stop working and spend more time with your children. Some of you need to stop spending so much time with your children and go and get some work or start a business. Everyone is different. The tapestry or masterpiece that is your life is different to every single other person's on the planet. And I think Dexter Kruger, Australia's oldest man, I think he's the oldest male ever to be born and die in Australia. What an incredible achievement. And, his fame became a part of his purpose. He was the world's oldest active author right up until his death. His autobiography, I believe, is going to be released soon. I first learned about Dexter in an ABC documentary called The 100 Plus Club. And I'm pretty sure, I hope I'm not spoiling any exclusives here, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be featured in a new documentary called The 110 Plus Club, which is even more of an exclusive club. So RIP to a legend. He has been an inspiration to myself in learning about longevity. Dexter broke every rule in the nutrition rule book, which I think is another wonderful example for us. And I think if you Google Dexter Kruger, it's amazing how many people still try and fountain of youth and magic bullet, diet. Dexter Kruger, Australia's oldest man, eats 6 prawns a day. Whoa. Dexter Kruger eats offal. Whoa, that's the secret to longevity. Whoa. It's like they still want to nail it down to something that someone eats. No one wants to talk about the heartache of losing his wife and the equal parallel inspiration and he got from writing after the passing of his wife, and how much of an ingredient to longevity inspiration really is. So RIP to you, Dexter Kruger. Big thank you to everyone that has bought the book. Book is over, I think, 1,100 copies. So that's all going well. If you haven't bought your copy yet, you can go over to marcuspearce.com.au. I will sign it personally and put a little bookmark in there and toddle on down to Vinny and Tegan at the Brunswick Heads Post Office and get it out to you. Again, you can learn more about Dexter Kruger. And in the book, I share about his social life, I share about his growth and his purpose and his nutrition and the rest of it. And again, there is a blueprint, folks, to living an exceptional life. That is a life of great longevity, a life of great quality, a life with a great spirit. These are the 3 sections of the book. And I really hope that despite what's going on in the world at the moment, you genuinely feel like you have ownership of your exceptional life. Yes, there is a part of the script of the movie called Your Exceptional Life that is written by a higher power. You don't necessarily get to control what that higher power writes on the script, but you do get to control your beliefs. You get to control the quality of your relationships. You get to control your habits. You get to control so many elements of your life, your friendship group, the way that you view and perceive, how much media you consume, what you choose to believe, how much independent thought you choose to have, how much time you give yourself to independently think about information that you may be bombarded with. And again, as a journalist in training, as a journalist by profession, I think it's really important that I almost feel like a whistleblower. I feel like it's really important that you independently think about what you consume. Even just yesterday, everyone starts coming up to me going, Marcus, they've closed the borders to New South Wales. I was like, it's funny, isn't it? That's kind of the convenient headline. They could have also said they added 3 more shires to the Greater Sydney precinct and just ordered people near the border to fill out a declaration, which you already had to do. But that's far too boring. It's way more excitable to go, slam shut, border closed. I'm off to the Gold Coast today. So I don't think, there's a lot of, for what of a better term, we want to call it misinformation or we want to call it a embellishment of the truth. I love to put mayonnaise on a story. Maybe it is my journalistic upbringing that would put mayonnaise on a story. If only I could do a sportsman's night and share the stories of embellishing stories. But anyway, that is a story for another day. Until then, folks, I wish you well. Guard your mind and guard your beliefs in the most selfish way that you can. I find it easy as a firstborn selfish Leo to protect everything that I can. It's mine. God damn it. But I really encourage you to craft your exceptional life, your life purpose, your movement, your social life, your nutrition, your family relationships, your growth, your wealth, your spirit, soul, and faith. Craft it as best as you can. It doesn't mean there won't be hiccups along the way. It doesn't mean that you'll have unexpected surprises that cause you to go on a little roller coaster of emotion. But when I had some news yesterday come through that was not on my script, it was not on my goals list, and it was not on my radar, I felt physically ill for 5 or 10 minutes. But then I did have to ask myself, what's good about this? Where are the blessings? Finding the other side of the coin. And I was literally saying this to myself, asking myself questions. Ask your brain a question and it will give you an answer. And if you're getting terrible answers, you're probably asking terrible questions, and you've got to keep on asking yourself quality questions until the quality of those answers come back. And I promise you, Do it, folks. Do it, do it, do it. Craft the habit of asking quality questions, particularly in times of change. Find contrast that allows you to recognize how incredible your life is. As I remind everyone, you live in one of the richest countries on the planet, in one of the most beautiful places on the planet. And you live in a country where you have incredible longevity because of the conditions that we live in. So it's almost incumbent upon you to craft an incredible quality of life, because you're going to be living for a very long time. And whether you choose to look after yourself so that you've got quality of life in that quantity and longevity of life, or whether you avoid taking responsibility for your exceptional life, let everyone else do it for you and control you, then you resign yourself to a lowered quality of life. So consider all of that, folks. Make of it what you will, but enjoy the creative process of mastering your life. And until next time, love and hugs to you all, and see you when I'm looking at you remotely, digitally, or in person. Take care. Make the rest of your life the best of your life, and bye for now.